It's the matchup presented by Draftkings. I'm your host, Travis Fulton. Thank you for making us part of your day. The PGA Tour rolls on. It's the Memorial, Jack Nicklaus's turn, his second week now hosting the PGA Tour. Of course, the Workday Charity Open, won by Collin Morikawa, his second win on the PGA Tour. All of that took place at Muirfield Village. Back again for round two. The big one, great field. The Memorial, one of my favorite events every single year. You're probably wondering, what in the world is that behind us? That's the world's longest gondola. It's called Silver Mountain. Beautiful place here in Kellogg, Idaho. This is the town that I grew up in. They were actually building that thing back when I was in high school in the early 90s. It's great to be back. This is a fantastic resort here. Of course, incredible skiing, but also mountain biking, all kinds of trails up there on top of that mountain. They also have a golf course, Galena Ridge, which I'll be playing this afternoon and sharing all of the fun on my Instagram at Travis Fulton Golf. So round two, right? This is all about the matchups here, head to head. I had so many names make the cut. I feel like I gave you some really good advice, but as far as head to head, I got nipped by like one or two stroke. But my sleeper, Ian Poulter, he climbed the leaderboard, had I think a record putting week for him to finish inside of the top 10. So many names that we could choose from this week when we're filling out our lineups on DraftKings, because that's what you need to do, right? You need to get into the action. In fact, if you're not in DraftKings, you need to be. And here's what you need to do. Download the app, sign up a new account, and use my promo code Travis, and it's going to get you a free entry into the big game. It's a $3 million game. That's total prizes, with $1 million going to first place. So get in there, use promo code Travis. You get a voucher, you get into that game, and then there's all kinds of other games that you can play. But make sure that you get into the game before Thursday morning, because that's when they tee off at the Memorial. How's the course going to play this week versus last? I think we're going to see a lot of similarities, right? I mean, it is the same golf course, but some different tees, and then some of the traditional pin placements that we've seen at the Memorial this year. That back left, it was weird to see him coming up 18, and the pin was up front. Of course, every year on Sunday, it's in the back left. I think the greens will be a little bit quicker. I was actually a little surprised on the speed of the greens last week for the Workday Charity Open. I think they'll be a little bit quicker this week. The rough will be a little bit longer as well. The big difference, though, the field. This is an incredible field. The top five are there, and a guy by the name of Tiger Woods, oh yeah, he's playing as well. Let's get right to it. The matchup with our first one. Tiger Woods versus Rory McIlroy. We have to go here, right? Tiger's in the field. We've got to put him in the matchup, and why not? Against the world number one, Rory McIlroy. I'm hoping they play together. The pairings are not out yet, but why not put Tiger with Rory? We've got to see Brooks with Bryson. Let's go. Great field. Jack's place. I want Tiger and Rory matched up. Of course, we haven't seen Tiger post-COVID here, the pandemic. The last time that we saw him was at the TaylorMade driving relief. And let's just put it this way. If Tiger drives the ball anywhere close like he did that day, look out. Now, with all due respect, Collin Morikawa, you're a great iron player, but the best of all time is Tiger. And if he's going to hit his ball 310 and it's going to be in the middle, it just feeds the engine, and here comes Tiger Woods. But the last time we saw him in tournament golf was at the Genesis. Statistically, you look at him, strokes gained tee to green, -2. Strokes gained off the tee, he lost 1.6. Approach, plus 1.2. Around the greens, negative 1.6. The big one here, strokes gained putting, he lost 8 strokes. Goodness gracious. And you look at those stats, and particularly the putting, it's been really a little bit like that at Memorial. Now, I know he's won 5 times. He won here back in 2012. That was his last win in Muirfield. But it's been a little bit of a mixed bag on the greens. 2019, he finished 9th. He was plus 1.9 strokes gained putting. 2018, 23rd. He lost 7.7. That's a big number. 2015, he was 17th, plus 3.4. 2013, he was 65th, and he lost 4.8. So a little up and down with the putter at this venue. I look for Tiger, to come out and, kind of play conservative out of the gate like he usually does. Thursday, 70-71. Friday, probably, much the same. If he makes a few more putts, 68-69. Saturday, pick it up a little. Sunday, kind of a little bit of a flare there, right? And Tiger finishes T11. That's my prediction for Tiger Woods. He's going against Rory McIlroy, the world #1 player. Rory, pretty pedestrian-like here, really post-COVID. You look at his record right now. He was 32nd at the Schwab, 41st at RBC, and then 11th at some Travelers. Some venues that he doesn't have a ton of experience with. Now he's coming into a venue that he has played in the past more than some of those other tournaments. But people forget how good Rory was playing before the pandemic. Check this out. Fifth, 3rd, 1st, 3rd, 1st. That's 7 events, all inside the top 5 with 2 wins. I think what's been missing since coming back, he really hasn't had, that great putting week. Rory's kind of one of those players who can just kind of cruise around and finish, T25. I think Rory's going to be a little more peaked this week. He knows the golf course. It's been a little bit of up and down, mixed bag for him. He missed the cut in 2019, but he was 8th in 18, 4th in 2016. I think his interest is peaked. Bryson has these players' attention. Tiger is back. DJ winning. I think Rory's going to be a little more polished than Tiger. Tiger T11, Rory T3. Give me Rory. Jason Day versus Sergio Garcia. This is a good one here. This is a tough one. I'm sorry, Jason Day. You decide to show up and play some good golf at the golf course where you're a member at, and you really haven't played all that well there in years past. Kudos to you, playing extremely well last week at the Workday Charity Open at Muirfield Village, but no one saw that coming, for crying out loud. Look at these last starts for Jason Day. He misses the cut at Genesis, misses the cut at the Schwab, misses the cut at RBC, 46 at the Travelers, misses the cut at Rocket. Incredible, right? All of a sudden, here he is, Jason Day, T7 last week. How you doing? Now, how did he do it? Well, the strengths of Jason Day's game are around the green and on the green. Obviously, he knows that place very well, but strokes gain, short game is a big statistic here. I think right behind strokes gain approach, which is usually Jason Day's weakness. Strokes gain approach, he's 166 on the PGA Tour. That's usually about where he lives. It kind of shocks me that his iron game really hasn't progressed much really throughout his career. He had a good run there. No, don't get me wrong. I mean, he had a nice run there where he worked himself up to the #1 player in the world. But for the most part, his bugaboo has been way down there at the bottom from a strokes gain approach standpoint. Last week, he was T62. I think the question becomes, can Jason Day smoke it again from a strokes gain approach standpoint? I'm going to say that was a little unusual, one of those weeks where it all comes together. I'm going to slide over here and I'm going to pick Sergio Garcia. Like last week, I took Poulter as kind of my sleeper, right? He was in there. Nice finish. Ian, thank you. I think it was T5 last week. Here comes Sergio Garcia, a little bit under the radar because he hasn't played the Memorial in quite some time. I was looking through my statistics. I'm not sure if he's ever played it. I think he has, probably about 10 years ago, but it's been a long time. And I feel like Sergio, I was talking about Rory earlier, kind of at peace a little bit more, both on and off the golf course. I kind of get the sense we're seeing that from Sergio as well. He was 5th at the RBC. He was 32nd at the Travelers, and in both of those weeks, he lost strokes to the field in putting. I go back to my formula: strokes gain approach, strokes gain around the green. Check, check for Sergio Garcia. We need a good putting week, all right? And I've been waiting here. We need a good putting week. His best surface is bent grass greens. That's his best surface, okay? And he's coming to a relatively new course, hasn't been here in a long time. No bad vibes. Just gonna free it up, right? We're gonna go up, aim it, take a look, and let it go. Good ball striking, good short game, bent grass greens with absolutely no history. I like Sergio Garcia this week. Not only Jason Day, but why not? To contend, great putting week to win the Memorial. We interrupt this program as we are paging Justin Rose. Paging Justin Rose. This is a little bit unusual to see the behavior of Justin Rose on the golf course. He missed the cut at the Travelers, but he's coming to Muirfield Village where he's played very well. He misses the cut. Not only does he miss the cut, but he loses a record amount of strokes. Tee to green, -6. Strokes gained approach, -4. Those are the biggest numbers he has ever had in his career. Justin Rose might want to hit up Sean Foley, get back to the basics. We need you back in the mix, back to your regular scheduled programming. For Shane Lowry versus Kevin Kisner, this is where I'm going to pat myself on the back just a little. I've been pretty good here now in these third and fourth matchups to find some value, right? Because when you play Draftkings, you just can't take the top players, right? You just can't take, hey, give me Bryson, give me DJ, give me, like, you've got to manage the salary cap. So we need some good value plays down in that mid 7,000, high 6,000. We have to win in this area. I like Sergio, right? I think he's a good play. You could probably convince me of Jason Day back in matchup 3. I'm not going to play him, but I like Sergio, and I kind of like these two guys as well. We'll start with Kevin Kisner. Kisner, slow start, post-COVID, comes out, goes, missed the cut at the RBC, misses the cut at Travelers, and now he starts to pick it up. Great week at Rocket Mortgage. He finishes third, strokes gained approach, plus 4.3. Now he takes last week off, comes in fresh. I think Kisner is a little bit of a streaky player, and I think we're starting to kind of sense this uptick with Kevin Kisner. He's had some success here at Memorial in the past. He was 8th in 2015 and 6th in 2017. I'd like to see him repeat that strokes gained approach as he did at Rocket Mortgage and just get that putter rolling where he just looks like he's putting to the ocean. Kisner can fill it up when he's on that uptick and gets it going really good. But he's going against Shane Lowry, the Open champion. I like both of these guys. They're going to both be in my lineup. Lowry, again, like Kisner, kind of a slow start post-COVID. Missed the cut at the Schwab. Missed the cut at RBC. 60th at Travelers, and now 39th last week at Workday. He was showing some good form there before COVID. He was 21st at the Honda, 29th at WGC Mexico, and of course, as I mentioned, he is the defending Open champion. The Irishman, strokes gained approach, good ball striker, things are progressing. Strokes gained around the green, check. Bent grass, his preferred putting surface. I think he's starting to find some form there. He was 15th at the Memorial in 2017, 52nd in 2018. Didn't play last year. I like this trend that I'm seeing from Shane Lowry. I think this is a good golf course for him. I'm playing both of these guys, but give me Shane Lowry over Kevin Kisner. All right, so let's finish our lineups here. Going to move some things around here. I've been looking at a couple there. I said earlier I was going to take Kisner. I'm going to bump him out because I'm plugging in Sepp Straka, who is on a roll right now. This Sepp guy. Workday Charity Open, 14th. Rocket Mortgage, 8th. Strokes gained tee to green. He's killing it. 4.7. Good in approach. And, around the green, kind of holds his own. I like this guy as a ball striker. I'm going to put him in, getting some value there in the low 7, high 6,000. So I'm taking Kisner out because I don't want to leave that much money on the table. And remember, you're managing your salary cap here. And I'm going to put in my man, Joaquin Niemann. I've been looking at Sabatini. I like him this week. Adam Hadwin, I was big on him last week. I still like him. Had a good first round, kind of petered out a little bit, but I think this is a good course for Hadwin. But I don't want to leave that amount of money on the table, so I took Kisner out, put Straka in. I like him, and I like Joaquin Niemann. I think he played solid last week, didn't quite do enough with the putter, but I think this is a good track for him, and he's been playing some good golf. So my final lineup, we've got Sergio. Love Sergio. I think Sergio is a great pick. Love Lowry. I love my team this week. Joaquin Niemann, Straka, JT, and Tiger Woods going to finish there. T11. I think this is a good lineup. I think you should consider perhaps duplicating it. No, you pick your own team, but hopefully I gave you some insight here as we move forward. This is week 5 of the matchup. Remember, I want you to play along with me, get into the action, set up a new account, and use the promo code Travis. And I'll tell you what I'm doing for my people here at Travis Fulton Golf on Instagram. If you set up a new account, you use the promo code Travis, you get a free entry into the big game. 3 million total prizes this week, with $1 million going to first place. Got to get in before Thursday, though. Okay, you got to get in before Thursday. If you do that, I'm also throwing in a free video now. So you can send me your swing, I'll give you a free lesson, and we'll get you playing better golf as well. So you make money watching golf with Draftkings because they put you right in the middle of the action, and then you're playing better golf because I'm going to help you with your golf swing as well, because I'm going to give you a free online lesson. Thank you for watching here, the matchup presented by Draftkings here at Silver Mountain, world's longest gondola right here in Caligado. Come check it out. It's a great spot to ski. It's a great place to come down and hit the 72-mile bike path that runs all throughout this beautiful mountain here in the backdrop. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you again next week.